Hey guys, it's Saturday, July 16th, I believe, 2016, and it's about 6:30 to 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm not sure, I haven't looked at the clock in a while. That's the Motogami Miata Rosa, and we're going to be taking that to the Keeneland Concours de Elegance this morning. Huge car show that happens here at Keeneland in Lexington, Kentucky, and it's pretty awesome. I like to get there early because that's when you see all the cars coming off the trucks, and you actually get to hear them run and you get to see them in motion, which is an aspect of car shows that I think is missing, particularly in like parking lot meets and stuff. So we're gonna head on up there. It's raining, so should be interesting. Currently getting wet, and this Miata clearly has no business even being anywhere near a concours, but it's a lot of fun anyway. It's got some giant rust holes in the side and different color hood, but oh, and the catalytic converter is falling off, so it makes wonderful noises. So I'm 6'2", and this Miata is not, I mean, I guess if you're like 6'2", it's okay, but it's kind of small, especially when you got your camera gear and your rain shoes, or rain boots rather. I'll give the Miata a plus. There's currently a, let's see if you can see it back there. There it is. The Ford Explorer is back there. But what the Miata is really good at is getting in and out of tight spaces and making awesome turns and braking and handling, even though it is very, very loud. So I'm going to try to get out of here without waking up my daughters, even though the exhaust is ridiculous in this thing. Alright, so I'm slowing down, coming to a red light, and the Miata is great. Currently the catalytic converter has a problem. It's coming unbolted from the pipe connecting it to the muffler, so it's ultra loud. We're about to take off from a red light here. Oh, now a little spin. 5 grand. Back up to 5 grand. All that, we're only doing 60 miles an hour. It's a little ridiculous. I don't know if you can see, well, I know you can't see, but there is literally a Subaru Forester that left me off that line so far. So we're here in the lot for Keeneland. This is where all the transports unload. There's not really a whole lot of action back here. It's still kind of raining. I'm getting pelted with rain as we speak, and I didn't bring an umbrella, but pretty much anyone who has already unloaded is on the green, and anyone who hasn't is waiting for a break in the rain so they don't get their car dirty. After all, it is a concours and they're going to be judged on things like that, so you can't blame them. So we'll see if we can capture a few things back here, and then we'll head up to the green.
I'm sitting here with Phil Bachman. He's the owner of the 2015, is it Laferrari?
It's Laferrari.
Laferrari. It's a striking yellow color. Can you tell me about the color?
Well, it's my favorite color, but I use yellow when I can. When I can, I do them all in yellow.
And so, just like the Enzo that you brought out here a few years ago, it has the
Yes.
signatures under the hood.
Yes, it does. I go to the factory and they do it while the car's being built.
And it must be really fun to watch the car get assembled and to be there with the guys who are actually making it.
I went through there every day when they were doing it, and it took them about, I think it took about 11 days to do the car. But the first 2 or 3 days, it doesn't look like a car, it looks like a chassis. And so when they got the chassis going on, that's when I got to go underneath it and screw up some bolts, and I'd let them do that for me, but I didn't want to do it. I think I didn't do it right, so I had them do it all behind me. So that's what I did. I went to bed every night thinking about what am I going to do tomorrow, and I went back the next day and they had something else for me to do.
You got to choose the color, but as far as the interior,
We got to choose the interior, we got to choose everything on the inside of the car. We got to choose the black bottom in carbon fiber, and it's done in matte. It's done matte. It's a bright finish, and it has the carbon fiber on it. And in the engine, it has the same thing. And up in the front end, it has all the carbon fiber polished. It's a special car, and this car is a special car to me. This is the peak of the iceberg for me, is this car, because it's done in a way I wanted to do. But it's a good car, and it's a good car for me to have in my collection.
and I've heard rumors that you may be adding another LaFerrari.
Well, I am. I'm adding another one. It's convertible, and I don't think they've named it yet, but I think there's 40 of them coming to America, and I get one of the 40s.
Nice.
So I got a key from the factory that had my name on it, and invitation to buy the car.
Wow. And so you're sort of known for getting them in yellow and getting the last model available, or the last number
Yes,
in the U.S.
I get the last one that they built for America.
And why the last one?
Well, I figured I'd do better last than I would at first. There's too many people wanting the first one, and I got my name in the pot to get the last one. And so that's what they give me, the last one to come to America, whatever it's going to be.
And so you've brought out the Enzo, you brought out the Alphas,
Yes.
you've now brought the LaFerrari here.
Yes.
When are we going to see an FXX out here?
You can see it anytime. We can bring it anytime. It's at home and it's in good shape. It's yellow, and they built one yellow one to start with, and then when they put the evolution on it, and then the guy that's a friend of mine in Florida built his in yellow. So we got the only original yellow one built.
Awesome. Well, it's a beautiful car, and it's definitely the most popular car here, judging by the crowd that's around it. And
Well, I hope they enjoy it, because we enjoy bringing it up here to them to see.
and why do you like coming to Keeneland specifically for this car show?
Well, it's a good show, and it has every kind of car you can imagine up here. And it's a great show because we go to Ferrari shows, and there's only Ferraris there. But it's good to come up here and see every car in the country.
Well, we sure do enjoy having you here, and thank you for bringing all the wonderful cars out there. Really amazing.
Well, it's good for me to bring them up here for you guys to see them, and for the people to love them.
Yeah, well, thanks.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I got here and I've run into an imposter. That's not the Motogami Miata. It's even, that's the same wheels.
I'm here with Gene Moberly in his 1977 Firebird Trans Am. It's a special edition.
Special edition.
From the factory.
From the factory.
Looks like the car from Smokey and the Bandit.
Yes.
What can you tell us about the car?
Well, it probably got its fame from the movie, and then it helped Pontiac keep going because the sales were slumping, and the movie just boosted the sales. You know, it was at the time, the biggest engine production car in '77 with the 400.
So 6.6 liter factory with factory air conditioning.
Yes.
What other pieces came on it from the factory that made it a special edition?
Just the striping and all the gold wheels, the gold grills, the gold steering wheel, anything gold on it was the special edition.
Okay. So how old is Smokey and the Bandit? Like 30-ish? It came out in the early 80s?
In '77.
77.
Yeah.
So year before I was even born.
Yeah.
So for some younger viewers who may not be familiar with it, what was he doing? He was like trying to get beer across the border of...
They were trying to get beer in a certain allotted time.
Why do you want that beer so bad?
Because he's thirsty, dummy.
So they had to be back in 48 hours or whatever. But that was the whole premise of the movie, to get back in a certain time with the beer.
And have you made any beer runs in this?
Have not made any beer runs in that.
We like to call them movie cars because they look like cars from the movies.
Right.
This is technically a special edition. So when you ordered a special edition from Pontiac, is this the car you got, or
Yes.
does the special edition have a specific name?
No, it was just the special edition package from Pontiac, and that's what it came with.
They were all black with the gold stripes.
Black and gold wheels, like I say, all the gold trim made it the special edition.
Okay. And you told me some things about this car earlier, that you actually autocross this car?
Yes, I've autocrossed it, take it to the drag strip on Friday nights and run it down there, then wash it Saturday and take it to a show.
Obviously, drag racing and autocross are two completely different beasts, but how's it do?
So, I mean, for stock, it does okay. It does low 15s, about 95 miles an hour and a quarter. And then I'm competitive with a Miata.
It's hard to beat Miatas.
Yeah.
How did you come by owning this vehicle?
I saw the movie in junior high and said I was going to have the car. And I graduated high school in '80 and bought it in '81.
So
I've had it since '81.
Wow, that's a long time, and it's basically all stock.
All stock.
Has
It's
it
been repainted. Yeah, about 12 years ago it was repainted.
The rear tire in there is something I'd never seen before. Can you tell me a little bit about the spare tire and the system used to save space with it?
Sure. Well, back in '77, that's when everything was downsizing with economy, gas, whatever. And so that was GM's fix to a full-size spare, and it's a collapsible spare tire. So when you need it, it has a tank in there to air it up, and it's a full-size 15-inch tire. When you're done, you let the air out, and it sucks back down into the little baby tire that's in the trunk.
So the tire is, you know, it's down to like around 13 inches.
13 inches, yeah.
And then it just expands into a
up
full-size
all the way
tire.
up to
That's incredible. It is definitely a great-looking car, and especially to have it come out here amongst all these other movie cars is pretty amazing. I thank you for bringing it out.
Thank you.
All right, we're here with Sean Leonard. He is caretaker of 4 of the movie cars here in the movie car class at Keeneland today. So what cars did you bring?
We brought the Batmobile. We brought the kit from Knight Rider, Back to the Future 2 DeLorean, and we also bought the Kids Mystery Machine.
Okay, and one of the interesting things that you told me a few minutes ago is that all of these cars, with maybe the exception of the Mystery Machine, were built sort of in the same period that the original movie car was built. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
The Back to the Future 2 DeLorean was built as a movie car. It did not make it into the movie, to my knowledge. The kit from Knight Rider, same way with it. It was built for the TV series at the time, but to my knowledge, did not make it into the TV show.
So basically, these replicas that we have here, the kit car is in 1980, so it's literally pushing 30 years of being kit.
Exactly.
So it's not a modern recreation or anything.
No.
They were built under sort of the watchful eye of George Barris, you said?
Yes, yes, they were.
What does that do for the car as far as notoriety or resellability?
Having his name on these cars increased the value 10 times. I mean, just because of the great man that he was in these movie car designs.
Yeah. And not only did you bring these cars here, but you're the caretaker of the cars.
Yes.
You get to drive these cars, which is awesome.
Yes,
How's
I do.
that?
Oh, it is, I mean, a godsend. It is absolutely a blast. Just being able to see these cars every day is a blessing, let alone getting to drive them.
And you also get to fix these cars.
I do,
And
I do.
That's a pretty specific field. Can you tell us, A, how you got into that, and B, what are the challenges of keeping some movie cars running?
Well, actually, I met Joe Camico through a mutual friend, and him and I got to talking, and I told him, you know, my specific field, you know, I'm a Porsche technician, and I've worked on a lot of exotic cars and everything, and he said, hey, yeah, I got a car collection. Would you mind taking a look, see if maybe it's something you want to take care of? And as soon as I walked in the front door, I mean, it was like light shining down, heavens opened up. I mean, it was amazing. And, you know, that was probably about 2 years ago, and it's just been absolutely fun. Now, when it comes to actually working on these cars, however, the base mechanics of these cars is simple. What's not simple is the movie props on these cars. You know, back for the movies and the TV shows and stuff, they were doing everything, you know, let's put this here and make it do something and we'll go with it. Mm-hmm. So there isn't any kind of a service manual for these vehicles. So when something goes wrong, and it always does, you just got to get in there and find the problem and get it fixed, and hopefully you don't screw something else up in the process.
I would imagine, specifically on like the Batmobile or the DeLorean, they had several picture cards, so there's no clear record. Every car may have been slightly different. And,
absolutely.
And so what kind of research do you have to do to keep these things looking correct?
It's, I mean, a lot of time on the internet, a lot of time on the phone. The great part about these cars is there's so many fans of them. So you can literally reach out and touch anybody for knowledge. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the greatest things about this is it's such a huge family on these cars. The information's out there, you just gotta know where to go to get it.
Cool. Well, thank you for bringing these out here today. It was really awesome talking to you and seeing these. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to call it quits at the Keeneland Concours de Elegance. It's the 2016 show, and what you saw today was just a very small portion of what's out here. There's vendors, there's raffles, there's a whole other side that we didn't get to called pre-war cars. We didn't even get to look at this year's mark, which was Dodge, but there's so much going on here I couldn't possibly cover it all at one time. So I can't think of a better way to end this video than picked up my credentials. I shot all day without them, but figure I'd pick them up.
So I don't know if you can hear me, but the rain stopped on the way home, and the sky is glorious, and I'm in a convertible riding through central Kentucky, and it's absolutely amazing. Just me, 1.8 liters of pistons and air and gas and combustion and suction and the open road. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it.